Scorpio, pause for a moment and really feel this. If you've been sensing a strange pressure building under the surface lately, restlessness in your chest, unease for no clear reason, a feeling like something invisible is counting down, you're not imagining it. Between December 14th and 16th, you step into a narrow spiritual corridor where the universe stops whispering and begins to test how serious you are about the life you say you want. This is not here to scare you, it is here to wake you. These days are not random on a calendar. They're a concentrated pocket of energy where your patterns, your choices and your courage are gently but firmly measured. You're not being punished. You're being asked a single question in 1,000 quiet ways. Are you willing to stop repeating what hurts you, or will you choose the familiar over your future one more time? In this window, the universe doesn't test you with lightning bolts and dramatic signs. It tests you with temptation. Old stories may resurface. An invitation, a message, a memory, a feeling that looks harmless on the surface, but carries the exact energy that kept you stuck before. The test is subtle. Do you lean back into the loop, or do you step out of it? These 3 days vibrate like a spiritual X-ray, showing you 3 key areas of your life that have been holding your soul in a loop. What and who you chase, the truth you hide, and the calling you keep postponing. If you move unconsciously, you'll slide back into the same emotional labyrinth. If you move with awareness, these very tests become doors. And Scorpio, you were never meant to be lost in the maze. You were born to find the door and walk through it like you own the path. The first area the universe touches between December 14th and 16th is your attachments, the people, habits, and energies you keep reaching for, even though your spirit is tired of them. You already know what this is for you, a person who keeps you in limbo. A connection that pulls at your body but drains your soul. A habit that calms your anxiety for a moment but leaves you emptier afterward. During these days, don't be surprised if an old conversation reopens, a name reappears, or a familiar pattern knocks at your door with a smile. It might come as a just checking on you message, a wave of nostalgia, or a sudden urge to go back to something you fought so hard to leave. That's not random. That is the universe observing whether you've outgrown the lesson or are still in love with the comfort of your own cage. You are the sign of depth, loyalty, and intensity. When you give yourself, you don't do it halfway. That is sacred. But it can turn into self-destruction when you keep pouring into cups that were never meant to hold you. In this first test, the universe is not asking if you can love harder, forgive more, or sacrifice again. It's asking if you can finally choose yourself. Between those days, pay attention to what pulls on your energy. Notice if you suddenly find yourself stalking an old profile, replaying old conversations, rationalizing why this time might be different. The test is not outside you. The test is whether you will answer that urge or simply breathe and let it pass. The old pattern will try to seduce you with familiarity, but Scorpio, the truth is simple. If it cost you your peace before, it will cost you your destiny now. Passing this first area is not about blocking people in anger or burning bridges dramatically. It's about quietly refusing to abandon yourself again. You pass when you no longer beg for bare minimum attention. You pass when you don't chase after the thing that once made you feel small. You pass when you say to yourself, I'm not running backward just because the future feels uncertain. The universe will notice the moment you don't answer that late-night message, the moment you choose not to reopen what nearly destroyed you. And in that silence, you'll feel something subtle but profound. Your energy turning back toward you. Your power returning to your own hands. Say it softly, even if only in your heart. I release what is not for me. I choose the version of me that does not need to beg. The second area of testing during these days lives deeper. It's your honesty with yourself. Scorpio, you are a master at holding everything together while your inner world is on fire. You've survived by carrying pain like armor, by acting composed when you felt shattered, by saying, "I'm fine," long after fine stopped being true. Between December 14th and 16th, suppressed emotions may rise in strange ways. You might feel unusually sensitive, tearful, easily triggered, or suddenly angry without a clear reason. Old hurts may flash through your mind, dreams may become intense, or you might feel yourself on the edge of a breakdown. This is not you failing at healing. This is your soul refusing to be silenced anymore. The trap in this area is pretending it's nothing, pushing the feelings down, distracting yourself, scrolling, eating, working, or talking over your own truth. If you do that, the energy will not disappear. It will lodge deeper into your body and spirit. The universe is not testing you to see if you can endure more. It's testing whether you will finally admit what has already hurt enough. You pass this test not by being strong in the old way, but by being honest in a new way. That might mean admitting, "I'm not okay with this anymore. I'm still hurt. I need help. I'm exhausted from pretending." Vulnerability has always been dangerous ground for you because you learned early that being soft could get you wounded. But this time is different. You are not the same version of yourself who had to hide everything. During this spiritual checkpoint, set down the mask, even if it's only when you're alone in your room. Talk out loud to the universe, to your guides, to your own higher self. Write in your journal without censoring yourself. Let the tears fall if they need to. Call or message someone you trust and say something truer than "I'm fine." When your voice shakes, keep talking. When the tears come, let them come. That cracking sound inside you is not you breaking. It's you opening. You are not weak for feeling deeply. You are strong for finally refusing to numb what is sacred. Whisper to yourself as many times as you need, "I choose truth over pretending. My feelings are real. My voice is allowed." The universe doesn't help the mask you wear. It responds to the real you underneath it. The third area of testing lives beyond relationships and emotions. It lives inside your purpose. There is a part of you that has always known you were meant for more than survival. You've felt it in the way ordinary life feels too shallow for the depth of your soul, in the way your intuition speaks, in the ideas you keep having but aren't ready to act on. Between December 14th and 16th, you may feel a stronger pull toward your spiritual side, a sudden urge to meditate, to learn more about astrology or healing, to create art, to begin a project, to leave behind something that has been draining your spirit for years. You might feel restless in your job, dissatisfied with empty routines, or painfully aware that you are living far below what your soul came here to express. This part of the test is gentle but uncompromising. The universe will not drag you into your purpose. It will invite you. But if you keep pushing away your gifts and postponing your calling, you may feel a growing heaviness, a sense of being stuck, as if life keeps circling back to the same point. It's not that you are cursed, it's that you are ignoring the part of yourself that is designed to move you forward. You don't have to quit everything overnight or make reckless changes, but you are being asked to say a small but sincere yes. Yes to that idea that won't leave you alone. Yes to the inner nudge to learn, to grow, to help, to heal, to be of service in a way only you can. A single step taken in alignment with your soul weighs more in the universe than 1,000 days of going through the motions. Passing this third test is not about instant success or proving your greatness to anyone. It's about proof to yourself that you are listening. When you set aside 10 minutes to meditate instead of numbing out, you pass. When you enroll in that course you've been overthinking, you pass. When you start writing the book, opening the channel, practicing the craft, creating the art, or setting the foundation for a new path, you pass. The universe responds to movement, not perfection. Your calling is not a loud announcement. It's a soft, persistent voice that says, "There is more in you than this," and refuses to go away. Between those days, try whispering back, "I say yes to my evolution. I will not delay my own soul anymore. I trust that even small steps are sacred when they are honest." As these three areas, attachment, truth, and calling, are activated during this corridor, you might feel as if life is pressing in from all sides. An old connection resurfaces just as your emotions become intense. Just as your desire for a different life becomes unbearable. That is not coincidence. That is choreography. The universe is weaving the threads together so you can see the full pattern of your growth. You are not being asked to fix everything in 3 days. You are being asked to choose differently once, to pick alignment over addiction to the familiar, to pick honesty over performance, to pick movement over delay. Small decisions here are like stones dropped in water. The ripples will carry into the months and years that follow. If nothing changes between December 14th and 16th, if you repeat the same responses, reach for the same people, swallow the same words, and postpone the same dreams, life will not punish you, but it will stay eerily similar. The faces around you may change, but the pattern will feel the same type of love that never fully shows up, the same cycles of burnout, the same ache that whispers, "I was meant for more than this." This is why this window is sacred. It is not about drama in the sky. It is about whether you are finally tired enough of your own loops to choose differently. The universe cannot force you to step into a new timeline. It can only place you in front of the doorway and ask, "Will you walk through?" If your heart is beating a little faster as you listen, if something inside you feels called out, but also strangely understood, that's your intuition recognizing itself in these words. Let that be your compass. This message is not meant to scare you into action. Fear cannot build a future that your soul feels safe in. This is meant to remind you of the power you have always carried, the power to end a pattern with a single no, the power to open a new life with a single yes. Between December 14th and 16th, treat your time, energy, and attention as if they were holy. Choose carefully who you respond to, what you engage with, how you speak to yourself. Let these days be slower, more intentional, more honest. Listen more than you talk. Breathe before you react. Feel before you answer. Trust that every conscious choice you make is a quiet prayer the universe hears loudly. And let this be softly understood too, Scorpio. What you are hearing now is not a fixed prophecy or a guaranteed outcome. It is a symbolic mirror, a spiritual story about a potential path your soul can walk, one of many threads available in your destiny. Astrology, energy, and messages like this do not replace your free will, your judgment, or professional guidance in love, health, money, or life decisions. They are here like gentle lanterns on a dark road, offering illumination, not control. If this resonates with you, let it deepen your self-awareness, not create fear. Take the pieces that feel true and life-giving, and let the rest drift away like mist over water. Your choices, your actions, and your inner work are what truly shape your future, not any video, reading, or prediction. As these days approach, you might want to create a small ritual to anchor your intention. Light a candle in a quiet space. Hold your hands over your heart and speak words that feel like a promise to yourself. I break the agreement with what hurts me. I choose to see what is real. I say yes to the life that finally fits my soul. If you feel called, write down the names, habits, or fears you're ready to release and safely burn the paper, watching the smoke carry away what no longer needs to live inside you. Then, on another page, write one thing you're ready to say yes to. Something honest, even if it's small. Keep that page where you can see it. Let it remind you that this time you are not waiting for the universe to rescue you. You are choosing to meet the universe halfway. Scorpio, you've already survived situations that would have broken others. You've walked through betrayal, disappointment, loneliness, and deep spiritual fatigue. And still you are here, listening, searching, healing, trying again. That alone is proof that there is a strength in you that even you have not fully acknowledged. Between December 14th and 16th, the universe is not asking you to become someone else overnight. It is simply inviting you to stop shrinking into the version of yourself that exists only to keep the peace for others while abandoning your own. This is your turning point, not because a date on the calendar is magical, but because you are finally ready to respond differently to what life has always been showing you. If your spirit feels ready, anchor it now. Breathe deeply and affirm with me in your own mind or out loud, I will not chase what drains me. I will not hide what hurts me. I will not delay what calls me. I am ready to be honest. I am ready to be free. I am ready to rise. Let these words be less of a wish and more of a decision, a quiet contract between you and your higher self. And when those 3 days arrive, move through them like someone who knows. The universe is not against you, it is collaborating with you. Every test is proof that you are closer than ever to the life you've always sensed, but never fully claimed. Thank you, Scorpio, for letting this message sit with your heart. If it stirred something in you, trust that the stirring itself is part of your awakening. You are not running out of time. You are running out of reasons to keep betraying yourself. Between December 14th and 16th, remember this: you don't have to be perfect to step into a new chapter. You just have to be willing, and you are.